Hello, I'm back again, and this time around we are going to discuss hybrid seeds. Please, if you haven't watched my previous video on GMO seeds, please, I will advise you go back and watch it. You need to understand the GMO seeds so you don't confuse it again with hybrid seeds. So, what exactly is hybrid seeds? Hybrid seeds, these are seeds that are produced by traditionally cross-pollinating two parent plants with complementary strength or with desired strength. Let me use a layman language so you will be able to comprehend. Parent A and parent B, maybe plant A and plant B. Maybe plant A as a variety that has a certain desired trait, such as high yielding. Like the yield is always huge when you plant it. And maybe plant B is another plant in the same species that has sweetness, maybe the fruit or the grains is very sweet when you eat it. Or it has another trait, probably it can withstand, let's say, a certain disease, like in maize, maybe fall armyworm is very resistant to fall armyworm attack, a pest attack. So these two plants have complementary strength, have their desired, specific desired strength. The breeders will say, let's cross-pollinate those two plants to produce a more improved variety. So everything is done in the field, in the farmer's field. They choose a particular farmer field and they use it to plant and cross-pollinate. So in the process of producing hybrid seeds, a lot of people are involved. The researchers are there, the breeders are there, the farmers are there, the agronomist is there. So everything is done in the field. There is no DNA manipulation or modification in the lab. We only do DNA modifications when we are producing GMO crops. So I hope you know the difference now. So this, we all know what cross-pollination means. In our high school, in our primary school, we all did pollination, the transfer of pollen grains from the anthers to the stigma of a plant. So we shouldn't be discussing that in this stage. So these two plants with complementary strength will be cross-pollinated. And what comes out of it when they are harvested, the seed you get from them is what we call F1 hybrid seeds. And that is why everybody is buying. These are Technism products. We have East-West seeds, we have Syngenta, we have other companies producing hybrid seeds. So why do we call them F1? We call them F1 because they are the progeny or the product of the parent stock, the parent plants that were cross-pollinated. F1 means first generation. That is why most time when you buy seed, you always look at it, you see where they wrote F1. Tomato Padma 108 F1. So, but there's one thing I want to also bring to your notice. These parent plants that was cross-pollinated, irrespective that they have desired trait in them that dominated, they also have weaker hidden trait. Let's say plant A have a trait of high yield. Within, there is a recessive trait that is weaker and hidden. The same applies to plant B. But these traits are not manifested when we have the F1 seeds because the dominant trait will overshadow them. So what happens when you plant this F1 and you harvest and you want to reserve or save the seeds from this F1? You know, my last video, I said that it is always good for farmers to buy new hybrid seeds every planting season. So this is the reason. When you buy hybrid seeds, which are the F1 seeds, let's use maize for instance, you plant them. This F1 will show hybrid vigor, that is a boosting performance. The yield will be high for maize. The grains, the cob will have few grains. The plants might be resistant. You see the performer uniformity, everything. Superb. And then you harvest them. These are when you plant the F1, you harvest. When you harvest them, the seeds is now F2, second generation, the seed you get from after planting the F1. So when you try to save these F2 seeds, the hybrid vigor will be lost. So the hybrid vigor that was expressed in F1 will be lost in F2. So when you save and you want to replant the next year, you can experiment that. The yield will be lower. The crops will have scanty grains. It might not even withstand diseases. So you see, the uniformity will not be there. So it will vary widely. Why? Because this hidden and weaker trait in the parent that was cross-pollinated, most of these weaker traits will be manifested in the second generation. That's what happens. So you have a lot of variations, and to avoid this, that is why we advise farmers always buy new hybrid seed every planting season. Do not plant and try to save some to replant the next year. The uniformity, the yield, everything, the fruit, the taste, everything will vary, and you wouldn't like that. So it's always advisable to go for new hybrids, so you keep planting the F1 to get the achieved yield or the maximum yield you are looking for. I hope you understand what hybrid seeds are, and I hope you also understand why we advise you buy new seeds every planting season. So we are open to questions. If you are confused, hit the comment section. If you have questions, hit the comment section. I'll be reading them and I will be replying to every question so far is being related. Please, let your question be polite. My answers are always polite. Do not insult, do not bully anyone. Bye.